Howdy, y'all, and welcome back to the Needs to Be Studied podcast. This ain't Texas. I am fresh off the, not off the, because I still got the show to go to this weekend, Saturday, Sunday, and next Thursday. But Cowboy Carter, why are you looking at me like that?
That's just crazy to me. Like, I respect it, though. Like, I respect that like a motherfucker. But you said Saturday, Sunday.
And then Thursday.
3 more days?
Yeah, 3 more shows. And then me and Bree, shouts to Bree, we're going to the Vegas show.
Bree in Florida?
Yeah.
Shout out Bree, man. Sometimes I see your story and shit, and
you see her story, but you never see my story.
I'm gonna be honest, Bree, I ain't want to see. Now that you said that, now I gotta say this. It was an accident. You know what I mean? Like, if I ever watch somebody's story for the most part, it was absolutely an accident. You know what I mean? But once I see it, it's like, oh shit, shorty doing her thing. You know what I mean?
Because I be getting a lot of views in my stories, and one person I don't view
consistently
is you.
I'm telling you, I don't watch stories, but I'm trying to start doing that though.
But nigga, you've been saying that for a while now. But I said, nigga, you saw I was sitting at the Beyonce concert. You was like, no, and I'm like, yeah, this nigga didn't look at my story. You actually get more life updates, not really, but
no, you do. Yeah, you do. I realize that like a part of the reason why I don't feel as connected to people sometimes is because I don't know what they fucking doing.
But you see me in your stories, right?
I don't see nobody's stories.
You don't look to see who watch your stories?
Whatever come up in that little bubble, I don't check that shit. It doesn't matter.
So what you got Instagram for?
For Explore page. I literally got Instagram for check. Now that I got the pod and shit. Okay. Pod shit, Explore page. That's it.
Well, check you out. Well, I remember sometime last year, we celebrated your 10K followers. Now you at almost 30K?
Almost. A couple thousand off, but yeah, almost.
Okay. Well, I'm at 18.2K followers.
Congratulations, my boy. Real talk.
Wait, well, that's just
18.2?
18.2.
That's hard,
That's
bro.
just the pod page. But then my regulars growing to almost 9,000.
That's hard, bro.
Yeah, we outside.
That's hard.
Thank you.
For real. Bro. Congratulations. 18.2 is major. Yeah. What, nigga? That's major.
Yo, I'm just so honored and so grateful to that I was able to get here. Mm-hmm. And I would thank all you guys for supporting me.
That's major than a bitch, bro. It's people who been doing their thing for a well long time, not even cracking like 10. Yo. Not even cracking 12. You know what I mean? So 18 that's significant, bro.
Thank you. The goal's gonna be 20 by the end of the year. Most likely gonna hit that. Mm-hmm. But let's try to hit 25,000. Mm-hmm. Shout out to 25 and Over Club.
Shout out 25 and Over Club.
But I don't think I introduced myself. It's your boy Billy the Bad Guy, and I'm here with my brother from another mother.
Young Wolf, back in the cut, back on the couch, man, for real.
Yeah, I don't think, was you ever on the couch for this show?
Officially? Yeah.
It was?
We did that episode in there on Set C.
Okay. You see how I used to be in that room all the time? Now all of a sudden I'm in this room? And I hated this room?
Niggas is bipolar. What can we say?
Yeah, hey, that's what happens. But,
Niggas is bipolar.
So we're going to do a little catch up real quick. Mm-hmm. So last episode that we recorded, right, was with the relationship coach. And I was saying how I was going on a date with the guy. Mm-hmm. And I went on a date with the guy. Mm-hmm.
Y'all had that convo?
We didn't have the convo, but okay. I loved the date so much.
I knew you wasn't gonna have the convo.
No, of course not. Why would I? I'm just going with the vibes.
Right.
But I want to get married. Like, the date was so good. All right, let's picture it. So we finished recording. You went with me to pick out the sneakers.
Mm-hmm. Oh, because you went right after the recording.
Right after. I went home, changed,
went to Foot Locker.
And had to come back out. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so people love the sneakers that you picked out for me. Shout out to you.
Good Cortez.
And then somebody was like, oh, I didn't see those shits in a minute. Where you get them from? Get out of here. Mind your fucking business. So I put on my good get up. He loved my outfit. Mm-hmm. Sprayed some of that Sauvage, Christian Dior orange.
How I go? What's it called?
Sauvage.
Sauvage?
Isn't I don't know. Savage, Sauvage?
Fuck it, yeah.
Yeah, but I'm going to say Sauvage.
Sauvage.
And then I sprayed a little, you got to put it at your pressure points, at your wrist, then behind your ear. You feel me? Put some good music on as I got ready. Had my nice outfit on. Put my new jewelry on. I had the nice chain. Had the matching. It's like my chain and my necklace. My chain and my bracelet. It was like a 3 gold ombre color looking thing.
Okay.
Fire. And, when you go on dates, like, especially because when you want to impress, you're auditioning and shit, I had my jewelry shine, had my earrings shine, got my facial. I'm ready to go outside. Mm-hmm. So we meet at the restaurant. He's on time. I'm on time. Hey,
We love when they on time.
you love it when you're on time because I'm never on time. But hey, I'm on the front like I am.
Mhm.
So we go down, we sit down and eat. Mind you, the restaurant is 2 levels. And he's like, you want to go downstairs? The people's like, you want to go downstairs or upstairs? I'm like, let's go downstairs. Right? But there's more people upstairs. Go downstairs, it's just me and him. We got the whole restaurant to ourselves.
That's how I like shit to be.
Fire. I was like, oh, God did this, right? So we vibing with the music, listening, talking. He was like, yo, like, I can't believe we don't see each other as much anymore. I'm like, yeah, like, what happened? Like, so we're just talking about that. And we both agree, like, moving forward, like, we're going to do better, making sure we see each other more often, right? And I generally enjoy being around this guy because he listens to me when I speak.
That's important.
And it's not just like listening. It's just like, he's like tuned in. Like,
yeah, he really listening to you.
Yeah, and then he brought up stuff that I shared. Like, he's like, oh, so how's your relationship with your mom now? I'm like, what you mean? He's like, I remember you was telling me you was having a rough time with her.
Yeah.
And I'm like, damn, nigga, you remember that?
Yeah.
Shit, I forgot I was arguing with the bitch.
Yeah. It's crazy. Shout out, Mom.
Yeah, shout out. Hold on and shout out. Nah, you can shout out.
Okay.
But then he was like, well, let's go see a movie. First of all, the bill comes.
Mm-hmm.
He reminded me that I'm not the only nigga in the world that has money.
Mm-hmm.
The bill comes, but I was like, you know what? He goes to the bathroom, I paid for it. He was like, why you paid for it? I wanted to do it. I was like, oh, okay, sorry, next time.
Mm-hmm.
He said, no, we're going to the movies. I don't like movies, but let's go to the movie.
You don't like movies?
I do, but I'd rather watch it at home. So he went to see Final Destination.
Mm.
Now, you know I'm a pussy. I don't want to see no scary movie.
Mm.
But I was like, I don't want to see Final Destination. Like, I don't like scary movies. He was like, why you gotta don't be scared if I'm here with you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I fell in love. Then he was like, so we're in Brooklyn now. And he was like, the movie theaters is in the city. So he was like, oh, you want to go to the, I was like, well, let me call the Uber. He was like, nah, say that. We're going to take the train. The train?
Save you some money, King.
Saved me $55.
Save you some money, King, for sure.
Go to the movie theater.
Cost efficient.
And I don't watch scary movies. The last Final Destination I saw was the roller coaster one. And I think that was the second or third one. Last time I've been to the movie was at the Renaissance concert. That was last January 2024. I don't do this shit. And I just went home and I smiled all day. And then, okay, so I know a lot of y'all said don't do it, but I don't listen to nobody. I don't even listen to my parents. But I told him too, when I gave him his gifts, I said, people gonna ask you why. People don't think I should be giving this to you, and I don't know why I'm giving it to you, but I genuinely fuck with you. And he was like, nah, I appreciate it. So, okay, let's go back to the gifts. The thermostat, right? Or the mug. It was shaped in the camera lens. He loved it. He was like, yo, I couldn't even find this for myself. Like, this is dope. The disposable camera, he loved. He said, guess what? I've been wanting this, and I just never had the time to get it.
That's hard.
I'm amazing. He loves me.
That's
We're
hard.
getting married.
Yeah.
Then the concert tickets, he said, wow, I wanted to go to a second date because he's already going one day. He said, but I was just going to buy tickets last minute. He was like, but you did too much for me. Like, this is too much. You know, and there's a difference between people saying, I like this, like, thank you, and then understanding,
Yeah, like,
yo,
you, like, exceeded the expectations.
Yeah. He was like, this is a lot.
That's a different thing.
He was like, this is a lot, and I appreciate it. And he just kept on talking about how much he loved it. And he even posted it on Instagram. But if he watches this, now you know I follow you. But, because I try not to do the following shit, but I lurk. But, so we got the Beyonce gifts. He loved it all. And he's like, yo, you answered everything that I wanted. How did you know? And that's how so back to the Beyonce concert. This is how he proposed to me in my head. The delusional best friend is back. The nigga said, let's wear matching outfits.
That was the proposal.
That was the proposal. He said, would you marry me?
Fuck it, man. Might as well live in your own reality. Might as well live in your own reality. If it's better in there than it is out here, then fuck it.
It is. So, you know, we're going to go to the concert on Thursday and we're denim. Denim on denim. I got my outfit already.
Y'all gonna meet up at each other's house or y'all?
I got work that day, so we'll probably meet up at my house.
Okay.
Maybe pregame, take some
I was about to say pregame,
and then invest in the Uber there.
Okay.
And just have a good time.
What's the pregame drink of choice?
We gotta probably do Sir Davis, Beyonce's liquor.
She has a liquor?
A whiskey, yeah.
Sir Davis.
Sir Davis.
It's some heat.
People's loving it.
Have you had it?
No, I have it at my house sitting down.
Okay. How much? Is it expensive?
$90.
Oh boy.
I want to open it for a special moment, and that's probably the special moment.
Yeah. I mean, you're literally gonna go see Beyonce.
Yeah,
I think that's a special moment.
with my fiance.
Fuck it, speaking to existence, Ken.
Yeah. So I want to ask you two things first.
Okay.
When do you think is a good time to tell somebody like, yo, I actually like you? Without doing too much, like, or it seem like it's too much. Or
How many dates have y'all been on?
About 5.
I think it's a great time. I think it's a good enough time to let them know that you like them.
Really?
Yeah.
So I was thinking about doing it like this. You know, we listen and we don't judge. But no, maybe not with that. But maybe I'll be like on some, bro, like, I think it's time for me. Isn't that gay, bro?
What?
Bro, I think it's time for me to let you know, like, I don't know how you may feel after I say it, but I actually like you a lot.
Nigga, you making it sound like you saying I love you. Is that what you really want to say?
Hell no, I don't love him yet.
Yeah, you kind of do, though.
No, I don't.
You kind of do because you treating the like it's the love. And it's almost make you feel like
I like that it's something different. And
like
I
you
don't
really
wanna-
appreciate him and his energy and his time.
And then, like, I don't do, like, even when we was walking across the street and it was windy, he's like fixing me up. He was like, hold on, let me fix you. You look crazy. Like, or he didn't say crazy. I just said that.
Yeah.
But then he's just like, and then he's like, so he's big on physical touch and it's different. It's just like, wow. Like, I think I like the fact that I never got that before, but also, and it's something I always wanted, but I also like him. So it's just like, how do I let him know, like, yo, I like you? So the conversation we did have was like, where do we stand with relationships? And like, are you ready for it? And he was just like, you know what? I'm ready for it, but I'm not ready for it because everybody's always wanting to fuck and have the wrong intention. So he's one of those people that's like, when the time is right and I feel like the person's right, I'm 100% settling down. But he didn't give that, like,
We have been on 5 dates, but I definitely think that it's okay for you to tell him that you like him because he can definitely tell from the gesture of how much like thought you put into the gifts for him.
should I tell him at the Beyonce concert?
Huh?
Should I tell him at the concert or after the concert?
Yeah. Why you, bro? You could tell him anytime. You could tell him now. You could text him right now and tell him.
Hey, I like you.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, but he knows that though. Until like the type of gift that you like, you gave him the type of gift that's like, whoa, like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? It's kind of like as a guy, like if you dealing with this girl, y'all just kind of kicking it, but then she like really do some really nice shit. It's like, oh shit, this motherfucker like me. You know what I'm saying? And then like niggas be acting weird and they move off, but like you're doing something nice. I'm saying that to say he knows that you like him. He knows already. You know what I mean? That gift said it all because that's not no regular nigga shit.
At all.
You know what I mean? So
You think I did too much?
no, I think that honestly, bro, you in a place in your life where you're open to a serious relationship, right?
Yes.
I think if you got greatness on your heart, bro, just be great, bro. Like why be regular when you got greatness in your heart? Like really think about that. Like you got great ideas.
The communication skills suck. Like, and he was like, you know what? I apologize. Cause I told him, I was like, yo, his communication skills suck via text, and so does mine. Cause he'll text me and I'll be like, I'll get back to him and I'll text him the next day. Shit, that happens with us sometimes, you know? So he was on the some like, please don't ever take it personal because my dad literally has to call all my friends to get in contact with me, and they'd be like, yo, his dad had to realize, yo, it's not me. Like,
Yeah. That's I think that's something that y'all can really build on to later because that will change eventually. Like eventually y'all will become more of a priority as far as like texting because when you don't text somebody back, yeah, that's that's kind of it. But I think if you really like this person and this person is bringing a lot of value to your life, they're making you feel good. You really enjoying your time spent with them. It feels like good time.
I do enjoy it, Wolf.
You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, be great, bro. Like, even if it don't, let's say hypothetically it don't turn out to be nothing. You know what I mean? Moments matter though. Experiences matter. And you could say like, yo, I had this great time with this dude one time. And it adds to your story. You know what I mean? The plot of your story. So do whatever you want to do, bro. If it's about giving love, give love, bro. Don't be scared.
It feels so good. Like, it just feels different to where, you know, you see me when I'm crazy and I'm with him, I'm just very much
trying to be your best self.
calm. Yeah, I'm just calm.
Yeah.
And then I know the concert, and I told him, I was like, bro, like, yeah, the gift was front row tickets. He was surprised at that. At one point, he was like, I know I'm not supposed to ask this, but he was like, I know you spent a lot. Like, this is crazy. So I know he appreciates it. But
That's what I'm saying. He know you like
and he's
him.
like, and then we're in the we're the third row. He's like, you're the third row at the Beyonce show? So
That's nuts, Billy.
I don't know.
That's crazy.
But
I'm not judging though. I'm just saying like that's crazy. No, I'm not judging like that.
Okay.
I just mean like that's crazy that you were the third row of Beyonce. Like it's Beyonce. Third row.
because I always enjoy myself. And I told him, I was like, yo, honestly, I know I always enjoy myself when we go out. We went to the Horrible show together.
you was gonna do this by yourself anyway. You was gonna be third row. Right.
So, but I think we had this conversation before. We do things to where whatever we do, as far as like planning something with somebody, it's something that we personally we enjoy doing already. So it doesn't hurt to bring someone along with us.
For sure.
So if I'm already going to be third row at a Beyonce concert,
I agree.
it doesn't hurt to say, "Come on."
And kind of like I was telling you that just a minute ago, like I had a friend who was in town and we were recording after we were done recording. We was just moving around the city, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like, but that's the type of stuff I do when I'm by myself. I just move around the city, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I get what you're saying.
So, but even though is like, let's say you're dating a person, is there ever a thing of the person really saying like, "Hey, I'm too busy," or are they not interested in you?
What are you asking?
Like, if a person, is it possible for a person to really be too busy, or if they're not responding to your messages, are they not interested in you?
This is what I think, honestly. I think that it really comes down to subconsciously we're deprioritizing text messages. Subconsciously. I really believe that. You know what I mean? And like, even when I say I'm too busy, or when you say you're too busy, because one thing for sure, and I don't think it's not malicious, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But one thing is like, it's not like you didn't see the message though. You get what I'm saying? You saw the message, but you subconsciously kind of deprioritized it because you seen it and you didn't choose to respond to it in that moment.
For sure.
Something else happened. And then maybe something else happened and something else happened. Then before you know it, like you never got back to that. It's been 4 or 5 hours later. So you deprioritize it realistically. Like you have to get to a place where you see it and it's like, let me respond to it now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so I think that that's something that could definitely come from, I've been in relationships where before I got into a committed relationship, I was deprioritizing that message, you know what I mean? And then things got worked up to a point where we were together. You get what I'm saying? So I do, it definitely is just an inclination, like that person has maybe like not like a fuzzy mind, but they got a lot of shit going on in their mind, you know what I mean? But eventually it should get more serious. You got to prioritize the message.
And something that I was enjoying, like we was talking about, is I'm a manager in my company. He's a manager in his company. So we talked about like, yo, when you get off of work and you're just exhausted, bro, it's sometimes where I don't even want to put the headphones in my ear because I don't need any extra noise, right?
Yeah,
I just
no extra stimulation.
nothing, right? Or I don't even want to look at the phone. So it's just like, I want to get back to you, but I can't, I don't even have the mental capacity to respond to you because I had 20 different personalities for 20 different employees at work today. And he experiences the same thing. But also with me is I can see a message. And I think we talked about pinning it to the top of your phone. But also I can see a message, but at work, because it's like I have other stores, my employees are texting me, other managers from the other restaurants are texting me,
Got
my
notifications
bosses are
from the
texting
pod.
me, notifications from the pod, emails from work, Slacks from work. It's just like all these notifications. Is so easy
lot,
for that
bro.
text message to get lost.
Yeah.
You know, so
It's a lot, but but understand, like, you gotta prioritize it though.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Because I think what people, and this is speaking from experience, like what we do is we see it and then we don't prioritize it. And then what we do is later on, like 3-4 hours, and we be like, oh, I never got back to it. It was like, yeah, you never got fucking back to it. Because when it came up, you acted like it didn't happen. You see what I'm saying? So it's speaking from experience, you know what I mean? So it take practice, but you got to get to a place of prioritizing it. You know what I mean?
for sure.
Yeah.
So what's the difference of someone actually being busy, but also not being interested in you. Because that's a conversation we had too. I was like, yo, like it felt like you weren't interested because, we barely would text back and forth. He was like, nah, like if you have to double text me, double text me. He was like, don't ever be offended.
Mm-hmm.
But then we also agreed to like, bro, like he's like, I never dubbed you every time you want to go out.
Mm-hmm.
Every time we always go out, we always have a good time. So it's definitely not you.
Yeah. I think it's more so like it's just a priority thing. Like I think maybe with the schedule that they juggling and then you being there, I think as time goes on, you'll become more of a priority. You know what I mean? But I don't think it's necessarily a bad sign or like they too busy for you or like I don't think it's necessarily a red flag, but it's just like right now you might not be that high of a priority. And that's not a bad thing. You know what I mean? It's like there's a lot going on. There's a lot of things seeking my attention in a fucking day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And after a while, as we grow closer, you know what I mean? Because there's always, y'all got so much space and room to grow closer. As y'all grow closer, it would be weird if y'all mad close now. It's vibes, but if y'all getting mad close and then it's still happening, then it would be like, okay, like what is it? The action's not matching the words, you know what I'm saying? But as of right now, I think it's okay.
I understand that because when you say priority to where like also work, we're not even talking about the second job called podcasting.
Mm-hmm.
To where you got edit episodes, make that line, come in the studio, record.
That's a full-time job by itself.
There's no like, and then I got 2 kids at home now.
Mm-hmm.
The 2 fucking dogs.
You dead ass got 2 animals at your house, bro. Yeah.
I told you I named him, right? Cash.
Cash?
Yeah, we named him. My family named him Cash because he looked like a cashew color.
Mm-hmm.
But I also named him Regret because I did at one point regret getting him.
You named the dog Regrets?
Mm-hmm.
Still?
Sometimes I call him Regret or Trouble.
I don't know, man. I don't think that's not positive, bro.
Yeah, well, because he was getting on my nerves the first 3 days.
That's not positive, man.
It's yeah.
Anyway,
but yeah, so I'm gonna give him not so much give him another chance because there was nothing not to give him a chance.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna continue down this journey. We're going to the concert. I'll give you an update with that after the concert. But I'm really, really, and I'm also gonna tell him maybe after the concert, like, yo, I really like you.
But see, if you're gonna say that, I think it's important to understand why you're saying that. Like, are you saying that to also say, because have y'all had a conversation about wanting to be with each other, or y'all just vibing right now?
You're just vibing right now.
Okay. But if you say that, trust and believe, that's gonna be like, make it even more clear, like, oh, he wanna be in a relationship with me.
Ooh.
Kinda. Not really, but kinda. You know what I mean?
So what if I make it clear, like, I'm not trying to press you in a relationship. I just, want to let you know, like, I'm like you. I feel your vibe.
I don't even think you really need to say this. And if you do say it, I think it needs to be like very natural. Very, very, very natural. Like it needs to come up like y'all, let's say like scenario. Y'all at the bar, at the wine bar. Y'all somewhere, right?
Mm.
Y'all chilling. Y'all caught up in a laugh. Y'all laughing. And you like, man, I fuck with you, man. Like I really like you. Like I really enjoy this. This is nice. I've been really liking this lately.
Okay.
You know what I mean? That's like a nice natural way to insert it. Outside of that, I don't think you need to go out of your way and say it. I think that if y'all gonna continue to hang out with each other, I think it'll feel even better in person anyway.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. I'll keep you updated.
Yeah. Take it a day at a time, man.
Well, the chemistry classes. Mm-hmm. Oh, before that, we have to catch up. Did I talk about Beyonce? Bless you.
Yes, nigga.
I did?
Yes.
What talk about how amazing she was and how okay, yes. All right, so the chemistry class is would you date yourself, right? And in this segment, I want us to like, or us as me and you and the listeners to like really do some deep reflection and see like, would you date yourself? And do you think you're dateable? So let's say you just match with yourself on a dating app. Are you swiping right or swiping left?
Swiping right, nigga. Right is the good one, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'm swiping right. The fuck?
When I wrote this outline, I said, I already know Wolf answer. He's gonna think
yeah, I'm gonna date myself. And I'm proud to say that. You know what I mean? I'm proud to say that because I think a lot of people, if they flip it the other way around, they'd be like, maybe I wouldn't date me. You know what I mean? But I'm like, I'll fucking date me. Hell yeah, I will.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, I will.
Why would you date yourself?
Because I feel like I'm I'm damn near perfect, bro. You know what I mean? Now, keep in mind,
Perfect is crazy.
there's no such thing. You know what I mean? So there's no such thing as
cocky as fuck.
I mean, bro, I'm really proud to be me, bro.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like I've done a lot of work. Yeah, hell yeah, I would date me, 100%.
But why?
Bro, because I'm amazing, bro. I'm amazing. Like, bro, I'm trustworthy.
Okay.
My word is bond. I'm consistent. I'm reliable. I understand that nobody's bigger than the program. You know what I mean? I could put myself last. I'm never like, my ego not so big that I can't put myself last. I got boundaries. I'm a great communicator. I love to have fun. I love living life on the wild side. I love going off the beaten path. You know what I mean? Like I can stick to structure, but I also love like variety. You know what I mean? I also love spontaneity. You know what I'm saying? And
that's a big word.
yeah, spontaneity. You know what I'm saying?
Spell
Put that one in your book. I can't spell it. And
Spontaneity.
I love spontaneity, and I love taking trips. I love traveling. I love great music. I'm an artist. I have a taste for really. I love my taste. Like I'm a fan of me. I'm a big fan of me. And then of course there are things about myself that I'm not so much a fan of too. But that, you know, since we all come in with something, you know what I mean? Those things can be worked on. Those things can be overlooked. But I think my style is dope. I think I'm tight, bro. Like I fuck with me heavy. You know what I mean? I'm proud to say that because I didn't always feel like that. You know what I mean? So I'm proud to say
When
that.
did you start feeling like this?
It's been a long journey. Honestly, it's been a long journey because I used to be a really insecure person.
You always say that. I'm like, nigga, how?
I know, but it's true. It's really true. Like I used to be a really insecure person. I didn't think much of myself at one point in time. Yeah.
Until
well, it's been a long journey. You know what I mean? It's a long journey. I would say when I turned 19, I started taking the right steps when I was 19. Okay. When I was 23, I started really realizing there's something here. You know what I mean? When I was 26, I was kind of there. And since 26 till I'm 32 now, I just been building on it. But that's literally kind of how it's been. But I fuck with me, bro.
I'm talking about 32. By the time they hear this, it will be your birthday. So happy birthday. Man, big Gemini in the motherfucking building.
Big Gemini, man. Shit is crazy, bro.
You already know your birthday plan is about to be a movie.
I'm so happy, bro. I'm so happy.
Yo, I met you before your 30s, bro.
You did.
And I think, you met me before my 30s.
I did.
You helped celebrate my 30th birthday.
Yeah.
Nigga, we've been friends for a minute.
Yeah, we've been locked in, bro.
For a minute.
Thank God. Man, this studio, man. Shout out to the studio, bro. Because some meaningful relationships have really came out of this. Ours is one.
For
man,
sure.
Spent a lot of time in the studio. A lot of time getting to know each other. A lot of time just talking to each other and just like really, really becoming close too. Like really sharing like real personal shit with each other. You know what I mean? So yeah, man, it's been a great.
For real. You see me crash out. You see me sad. You see me happy.
Mm-hmm. Definitely see
me
crash
win.
Out. Definitely.
Why do we have to reminisce?
I'm just saying because as soon as you said
what's
it,
the craziest crash out you seen?
You just fuck. I don't know, bro. You done had you some fucking moments, but they was all in this room, though. I'll tell you that.
In this room?
In this room in particular, Studio A.
Oh yes.
Yeah. Man.
I don't think I've crashed out ever in that room.
Yeah, you ain't crashed out in that other room, not yet.
If you ever want to book WTF Media Studios,
this is the crash out room.
Book Studio A. Oh, because the other podcast crashed out in this room.
This is the crash out. This is the crash out room. Hey, even Horrible Decisions have a crash out moment when they had them twins.
I was just about to say,
bro,
they crashed out in this room.
The crash out room. The crash out room.
That's why this room is black, because that room don't give crash out room.
Mistress Molly came in this episode for the first time. That's when I got in trouble because they had the fucking 30 Street Confessions, then did all type of shit in here.
Yes.
Huh? All type of shit. Crash
is this
out
the original couch?
No, we switched it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm about to say, wow, this is an OG couch.
That's kind of gross if it was. You know what I'm saying? But
shit don't happen. People don't fucked on this couch?
Yeah, I don't know that. I don't know that at all.
Pussy done been on this couch.
I mean.
Oh, wait. Hold on. I definitely crashed out in this room. That's crazy. All right, but back to dating yourself. So obviously, if your ex was to write you a Yelp review, what score out of 1 through 5 would they give you?
That's a really interesting question, honestly. if my ex was to write me a Yelp review. We talking about all them hoes?
Average.
Average what?
Like all of them average together.
I think they would all say, on average.
All them hoes is crazy.
I didn't even mean it like that. I'm sorry. I didn't even mean it like that because I really got love for you. All my exes I'm cool with. I would say all my exes would say really great things about me. Like, honestly. Like, all of them. Like, all of them would be like, yo, that nigga.
Well, what number would they say?
What would they what?
What would they rate you?
High. You know what I mean? High. Really high. I think, and I say this with the utmost respect, but I will say that out of all my exes, I'm gonna go out and say I'm one of the best men they've ever met. You know what I'm saying? One of the best men they've ever met in any category, like of anything that matters. And so if I had to rate myself through their eyes, maybe like a 8 or a 9 or something like that.
So a 5, because I said 1 through 5.
Oh, 1 through 5.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe like a 4.5 or something.
4.5?
Because I just want to be fair. Like, I'm not perfect.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So there's things that happen that they didn't like. There's things about me they don't care for. But I think hindsight 2020 though, that's a good man. He was good to me. Shout out to him. He always did me right.
Would recommend to others.
I'm great, bro. I'm really great. Like, I'm not perfect, but I'm a great guy, bro.
I think my exes would rate me a 4. I'm gonna give me a 4.3.
Okay. We being realistic on this pod, yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna say a 4.3 because on some real shit, despite the jealousy issues or the insecure issues or the fear of abandonment issues that I do have, which I need to heal within myself, I'm really a great fucking time. Like, I am going to be there for you to support you. I'm loyal to you. If I'm loyal to my friends, I'm loyal to my man. Gotta
be.
You could trust me. Yo, I'm gonna be your best friend. Like, we're gonna like experience things and experience life together. Like those other motherfuckers, you call them hoes, I call them motherfuckers.
I'm sorry, y'all.
Yeah. I'm not. I gave these motherfuckers an experience that they never had, whether it was taking them on trips, taking to something as simple as the spa, bro. You gotta go to the spa down the block. It's so bougie. I'll give you the link. No, for real. It's the new spot.
You've been telling me about this spot too for a minute.
No, it's a different one now.
It's a new one.
It's a new one. My boss put me on. It's literally right next to Chipotle.
Okay.
Fire. They do body scrubs and everything. But yeah, you're literally gonna gain a best friend out of me who just has love and who just, if you in my circle as a friend, I'm going hard for you already. So imagine when you my partner, right? If you say you want to be a singer and you can't sing, I'm gonna make sure I book you a session. Did that before, right?
You did that before?
Yeah, the nigga singing like a dying cat.
Hey, you tried, man. Fuck it. You did try.
No, but I believed in you.
Yeah.
You feel me? If you say, hey, like, hypothetically, I just need $2,000 to follow my dreams, I'm gonna help you get that $2,000, you know?
Same. I'm saying.
I'm a rider, you know? Something that they would say I need to work on is probably like, I think my jealousy issues and always like accusing someone of doing something, or not even not accusing them out loud, but accusing them in my head or second guessing. Because if you're not answering the phone, where you at? And that's some shit from past relationships.
Yeah, it is.
Because in the relationships where I thought niggas was being faithful,
they wasn't.
We find out later, like, oh, when I thought you had no time to do it, to come and find out you did have time to do it, because the whole time I'm thinking,
fucker gonna make some time.
That's one thing, they gonna make a time. If I'm thinking you at home and there's no way that you could be out there cheating, you waiting for me to go to sleep.
And then there's that paranoia. Oh, waiting for you to go to sleep is tough. Yeah, that would fuck anybody up though. Yeah, it's hard to be the same after that. Anything that seemed off, you're gonna look at it like, huh? Read between the lines. You know what I mean? So yeah, I feel you. That's real.
And that's one thing I want to forgive about myself. I just
that's big.
Like, I don't want to bring that into the next relationship. And even when me and this guy talking, we was like, yo, he was like, I can crash out, but it takes a lot for me to get there. And I had to tell him, like, but I don't like to crash out.
Yeah.
But also, and I don't, but I would love for my next relationship, the communication is going to be important. And whether I want to communicate and effectively to where we could agree to disagree, but also we're not name calling, we're not being disrespectful, nobody's tone is being raised.
Give me an example of name calling.
fucking bitch, you fucking dummy.
Whoa, that's
retard,
oh yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Whoa,
asshole,
whoa.
shithead.
You think if you call somebody goofy, is that name calling?
We had what's her name, Jodie, on the show, and she said like in Chicago, you call somebody.
She
goofy?
did say that.
That's
some Chicago shit too.
Yeah. Somebody called you goofy?
Nah, I call somebody goofy though.
They ain't like it.
They ain't like it.
Damn.
I felt like they was goofy. But I want to get back to something. But I want to get back to something you said a second ago. You was like, I forgive myself for jealousy issues, or you say you forgive yourself for something?
No, I said I want. Maybe the word forgive was wrong, but I want to remove that out of me.
Well, I like where you was going with that, and I also want to say I want to forgive myself for the mistakes that I made in my previous relationship. Because sometimes, you can look back on where you went wrong on things and you'd be like, damn, I didn't do that right. I could have did that better. But you saying that just made me think like, yeah, that's something I think all people can probably heal from,
But you know what? I don't think I made any mistakes. The only mistake I've made, I will forgive myself in my last relationship, is for going above and beyond. And because I did live in regret, like, why am I keep making them same mistakes? And I had to understand, like, I made those same mistakes. I learned my lessons. If I do that shit again,
yeah, joke's on you.
Joke's on fucking me. I'm in my 30s, bro. So I do forgive myself for wasting my money, wasting my time, and I can't.
I forgive myself for just not knowing any better. You know what I mean? Like you
and that's normal.
You do the best you can with very limited knowledge, and you just at some point you just got to really understand that was the best you could do with limited knowledge. Hindsight 2020 now. You have the wisdom now that you didn't have before.
Yeah.
And the best thing you can do is, it only goes in vain when you know better and you don't do better. Then it's like, okay, you're really playing yourself. You know what I mean? But hopefully, you go through those things and then you learn. It's like, you know what? Like, I'm going to make sure that doesn't happen again, or not as much, at least.
So my toxic trait is jealousy, right? What's yours? This nigga did say he was perfect.
Yeah, I almost want to say maybe too controlling, but I don't really think so. I think that
why do you say controlling?
Well, I realized that being controlling has definitely been an issue. But I don't think it's necessarily a fault on mine, but I realized that, like, I don't know, when you controlling, that shit got to be done a certain kind of way.
Right.
It needs to be done a certain kind of way, you know what I mean? So a toxic trait, maybe, my toxic trait is definitely, my toxic trait is when I've had enough, I can be cold. For sure. When I've had enough, like when I'm all out of arguments, you know what I mean? We've been going on and on about this for over like 2, 3, you know how I go when you have an argument. Them shits be going for time. Once I'm tired and once I'm done, I can be cold. And I don't mean cold like I'm not like I'm not like calling you a bitch or nothing like that, but I do have zero leniency for you. Zero.
No talking.
I mean, there's like no love left. You know what I mean? There's like, I'm gonna let you know exactly how I feel. No filters. No filters. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna just like, and it's gonna feel like I'm cutting you down. You know what I mean? Because I'm just really speaking like hard truths, like really hard truths. And it's like shit that nobody really wants to hear, but I am speaking my truth. But you realize, hindsight 2020, you realize it's like, it's almost never worth that.
So what's something that you was missing in your last relationship that you would like in your next relationship?
Damn, I know what I want to say, but I don't have the words right now. I don't have the words. What I was missing was I want to say, so I'm gonna just say it. This is not the right way to say it, but I just want somebody to take me serious. You know what I mean? Take me serious when I'm being serious about something. If it's serious to me, I want to know it's serious to you. You know what I mean? I think in my last relationship, I feel like there were things that I would ask for that were never like, they never like permanently went into like play. You know what I mean? Right. I'm sorry, I'm not saying this the right way, but like I would ask for certain things that I wanted to happen. I wanted to stay. You know what I mean? Like maybe like maybe your partner does something you don't really care for, or they do something that irritates you or it bothers you, and then you tell them like, hey, like, can we please stop doing that? You know what I mean? And I want somebody to like get it, understand it, and we never got to worry about it ever again. You know what I mean? So maybe that's not the best way of saying it.
Would that be considered the controlling part, or?
Maybe, for sure. My controlling is like, if I tell you, this is gonna sound crazy, so I probably shouldn't say it, but my type of control is like, do what I ask you to do.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And I don't mean that in a toxic way, but it's like, I do expect you to do what I ask you to do.
Example?
Anything, you know what I mean? So like, if I tell you to go do a favor for me, I expect you to do that. You know what I mean? If I tell you, let's say we arguing, I decided I've had enough. If I say, I don't want to talk about this anymore, I expect you to respect my wishes and stop talking about it. You know what I mean?
If she did that and say, I don't want to talk about it no more, would you respect that?
No.
You know what's crazy? Because we just had a conversation off camera and how one person couldn't see her side. You can't see how, if she said, I don't want to talk about it right now.
Well, so this is the thing. This is the thing. I can respect that. And I can do it because I do believe that as a man, you're supposed to submit to your girl just as much as you're asking her to submit to you. I fully believe that. But I feel a little differently about it because, you know, not to go into that space, but we're gonna go into that space though.
Okay.
Because I'm a man and because I want a woman to submit to me and because I do feel like a leader, you know what I mean? I do believe that like, I also feel like I know best too. So like when I say we're done talking about this, I genuinely feel like we have overstayed our welcome on this conversation and we're not progressing on this conversation at all. Like we genuinely just yelling or just arguing or just feeling worse and worse as time goes on.
Right.
You know what I mean? And so when I say we done because it's like any more of this is only gonna make it worse.
Can we revisit it though?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. We can always revisit it, but I feel like if she's saying so it really comes down to how much I trust you.
Okay.
Because I think that if she say I don't want to talk about this, but it's like, are you avoiding something? Are you being avoidant right now? Are you being dismissive right now? You know what I mean? Like, because I think that a lot of the time people try to just sweep shit underneath the rug. That's something I don't want to do. I like to get through every problem. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
I want to talk about everything.
Right.
You know what I mean? So if we haven't even had an opportunity to really discuss something that's really serious, then I'm like, no, I want to talk about that. What's going on about that? You know what I mean? But again, for me, when I say I'm done, it's probably because we talked about it too long. It's like, you're not going to change your mind. I'm not going to change my mind. But when I say we done, I expect you to respect that.
So what's something you would change different in your next relationship?
Try and be a little less, don't allow them to get me so flustered. I'm my best when I'm calm. It doesn't mean that everything outside of me is calm, but when I'm calm inside of here, I can be proud about everything I do after that. You know what I mean? I can feel comfortable knowing that I handled that the right way. But sometimes, especially with women, it's like women, at least the women that I've met, right? I don't want to put them all in a box. The women that I've met, they don't regulate themselves the same way. Their emotions are in the driver's seat. Mm-hmm. And so sometimes, like when I'm thinking, logically, we've been arguing for like almost 2 hours now. I think we need to stop doing this. I should just stop or just remove myself, but then she don't see it that way. This is a hypothetical situation. She don't see it like that. So she keep another thing, keep adding more fuel to the fire. And then if I'm not being conscious, I allow myself to get sucked back into it. You get what I'm saying? Right. And so that's what I mean. Like, I think I would just really find a way to just like not allow them to like remove me out of my position. Cause then I end up saying and it happens all the time. Right. I end up saying some fucked up shit that I'm always gonna regret. You know what I mean? And I meant it, but it was nasty though. I've said things that I think about today and feel shame immediately. Like I immediately feel shame. Or yeah, shame is the word, because it's like, that was a terrible thing to say. Terrible. You should never say that to nobody. And I don't get to control, like we talking about coming back from it, I don't get to control how they feel after hearing that. You know what I mean? Right. Like I don't know how long they're gonna carry that.
Right.
I hope they drop it. But if they carry it still, because it was some hurtful shit, and it was meant to
From
be.
you?
Yes. When you feel like a nigga really got you fucked up, like really got you fucked up. When you feel like enough got you like, oh, you.
Like, I think my next relationship, I will incorporate relationship check-ins. Like, maybe every Sunday we cook dinner together and let's talk about it. Like, you know, I didn't know what that was until I never had a role model relationship at home. My mother and my stepfather, but you don't see them communicate. I barely like both of them, you know? My grandmother ain't have a man since her man got killed. My aunt ain't have a man. Like, nobody, there's no real relationship.
Yeah, there's no love going on, no active love.
So it wasn't until this podcast I learned that you had to do relationship check-ins.
Yeah, you definitely gotta you gotta do that work, bro. That's a mistake that I learned in my previous relationships. I never want to make those mistakes again because you can't take those things back.
Yeah.
You know, once you say those things, you can't take them back, and it changes. They might not leave you. They might still love you, but it changes the way people feel.
Sure.
It changed the way they feel.
Sure.
Yeah, it changes. So,
yeah, so I'm definitely bringing relationship check-ins to my next relationship, and definitely, I'm gonna try to cut down on the jealousy, and not so much jealousy. It's not even jealousy. It's insecure. I want to be. But I also think it's my partner's job to make me feel secure, because my past partners, they thought it was cute to be like, you know how many people be on my body? Or look at this person. This person tried to talk to me too. And I had one partner who was like always, you know, this person trying to talk to me, or this person trying to talk to me. And it's just like, all right, everybody's trying to talk to you. Damn, like, calm the fuck down. Like, relax, you know? And it's like, now that I know that how many people, quote unquote, try to talk to, but you actually did more than talk to, like, that carried on to the next relationship, which carried on to the next relationship, to carried on to the next relationship. I remember one relationship, I let the nigga damn near live with me, but taking dick pics in my house. And when I was going through his phone.
That's sick, bro.
I said, that's my coffee table in the picture?
That's sick, bro.
You sending dick pics in my house?
Y'all was in a relationship?
Yeah. So that relationship, it started with my first one, which led to, that was a fuck nigga who cheated on me with a female, which led to the next one who was sending dick pics, linking niggas. Who knows if he linked niggas in my house? I'm gonna just assume he didn't, because if he did, he probably would be dead by now. And I'll probably be behind bars. Which led to me not trusting this nigga. So I want to break that cycle and go to the next relationship. And like, I can't hold you accountable for what the past motherfuckers did.
You can't.
And it's not your fault. But also, I need you to understand, hey, this is what I've been through.
That's how you do it.
And if it leaks out, it's not intentional. But please, make me feel secure again.
Well, you know what? I think a good way to go about that is letting them know, like, you know, I went through this. And because I'm big on this. I think in a relationship, before you make somebody drag it out of you, give it to them. I really believe that. Like, don't make them work hard to find stuff you should have shared with them. So let them know, like, hey, when it makes sense that day. This happened to me one time, and since then, man, like, I noticed that I started, you know, I noticed I started to like kind of move differently. You know what I mean? I started to like be paranoid, and I started to like look at things a certain kind of way. And like, I want to let you know, like, I really don't want to be, I don't want to be like that anymore. I have seen that that's not productive, but I just want to let you know it's certain things that trigger that. You know what I mean? It triggers that, and I don't even want them issues with you.
That's going to be the next conversation on date night.
Yeah.
Because that's something you told me without you even realizing, where you showed me, like, a friend of yours told me, like, hey, these are my triggers.
Yeah.
And I said, boom, I need to know what my triggers are. Yeah. I need to communicate that.
Yeah.
So the way a person is able to say, hey, these are my triggers, so they could know, I could be like, all right, boom.
It helps, because now they know what they were. They know what they getting themselves into now, versus like walking into a dark room and they might accidentally step on your shit. Accidentally.
You know what I'm saying? But now if you know my triggers and you still step on my shit,
now you know.
Ping, pong, ping, ping, ping.
And now when you get worked up, now they understand, like, they upset because of the trigger.
Yeah.
Let me de-escalate, versus them just, they're not knowing how to deal with it because they don't know where it's coming from.
What's your triggers?
Bro, if you don't do what I tell you to do, that's triggering to me. And I mean it in the sense of like, I don't want to be with nobody who just can't get with the program type shit. You know what I mean? So it's like, I wish I had some better examples, bro. My brain's a little fried right now, but
It is 10 o'clock at night.
yeah, but somebody like, it's triggering to me. Okay, it's triggering to me if you're not a good listener. That's very triggering to me because I really enjoy having conversations, and you can't have a conversation if you're not listening. You know what I mean? So when you're not getting that, it doesn't feel good. That's triggering. If I ask you to do something for me, like a favor, nothing's by force.
Right.
You know what I mean? But if I ask you to just do something for me and you just for some reason you just don't do it, that's gonna be triggering to me because like I feel like the way I show up in a relationship, if I ask you and I'm never asking for nothing crazy. I'm not the type of guy to tell a girl like, you'll go in the kitchen, you'll make me something real quick. Like, I'm not that type of guy.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm not that type of guy. So I'm not abusing nothing. But if I do happen to ask you for something, I expect you to do that for me. Just off the way I come through.
Yeah, you do come through kind of hard.
I come through.
I've seen what you have done in the past.
Just the way I come through,
Yeah.
like I really give love. So if I ask you for something, so I ain't gonna ask much. But if I ask for something, like if I ask for a little, you know what I mean? It's like I expect you to come through with that. And if you say no, then it's like, I mean, it's no.
Yeah.
But it's like, but why are you saying no though? Like I'm
Right.
like, okay, you know what I mean? Because we never doing nothing crazy, but at the same time, it's like, how you not doing that though? It's like, how you not doing that? Like I'm Mr. You should be willing to do it out of how much because you know what you got going on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But sometimes they don't be in the mood.
And that's fine. If you're not in the mood, you're not in the mood.
Just say that.
I mean, for the most part, it's just like if you're not in the mood 3 times in a row, it's like
Ding, ding.
Wait a
Alert,
minute.
alert.
Wait a minute. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that'll trigger me. I just want to know what's going on. And also I walk into relationships letting people know like this is the dynamic that I desire to have. Like I desire to have a relationship where the word submission is not a scary word to a woman.
Is it crazy if I say a trigger is when I feel like it's a one-sided relationship?
No. That's triggering as fuck.
Yeah.
That's triggering as fuck.
That's fuck.
A one-sided relationship, that's triggering than a bitch.
I want to know this nigga's trigger so bad.
Ask him.
I am, but not the Beyonce concert. That's all vibes.
That's all vibes.
That's all vibes.
But maybe right after that though. Like, let's say you see him the next day or y'all do something next day. Like you could be riding out the vibes, start the convo from way back here knowing that you was going on some podcast shit. You know what I mean? Started from way back here. It's like natural progression. You know
what's your triggers?
What's your trigger? And you started by sharing yours.
What was your favorite moment at the Beyonce concert? Really? Oh yeah. What's your trigger?
What's your trigger? Yeah. Just springing on a nigga. Surprise, bitch.
Yeah, I
you
think
crazy?
That's my triggers is feeling like I'm in a one-side relationship. My trigger is feeling like disrespect.
Oh,
big 100%.
One. Oh,
big,
what? Nigga,
big,
what?
Big,
whoa,
big,
what?
Big.
Bro, disrespect will get you out of here.
Yeah.
And that also goes back to like something I need to work on or like toxic trait or whatever like that. Like, nigga, I be ready to crash out over my respect. Really ready. Like, ready. Ready. Huh?
Because that's
crash.
Yeah, you have to.
Crash.
You have to.
If you show me, and I'm not talking about like if you show me everybody fucks up, but even that one time, because disrespect is like, it's kind of hard to disrespect people.
Yeah.
So if you disrespect me, nigga, I might cut you off right here, right now.
So
I just might do that.
I wonder, like, there's so much conversation to have with him and other people I'm talking to.
Huh?
But yeah, I want to know what your triggers is. Because he did share, like, he was like, I honestly don't like crashing out, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, yeah, I respect that. Like, I personally don't like to do it either, but it could get there if needed. And he's like, I might crash out if I'm calling your phone, you're not answering. Like, yo, where the fuck you at? I need to know for your safety.
That's not a good reason to crash out.
If I'm not answering my phone, well, that's a perfect reason to crash out.
It's not a good reason to crash out.
If I'm calling you and you're not answering your phone, and I need to know where you at for your safety.
I mean, you don't crash out. You could definitely feel a way about it, though. But you don't crash out, though.
I mean, there's different levels of crash out.
Listen, if you're going to crash out, it needs to be worth it, and it got to be epic.
Oh, you thinking about a grand crash
I'm
out.
like, if you gonna crash, like that's the only time.
There's different levels of crash out.
If you gonna crash out, make it worth it. Make it timeless.
Nah, see.
Because you delivering a crash out is nothing but delivering a message. It's like you went too far, don't ever go that far again. That's what crash out mean to me.
Okay, see now it means what. That's why I said there's different levels of crash out. A crash out, I'm okay with a crash out. Like, bro, like I've been calling your fucking phone. Where you been at? Like, damn, you crashing out. Calm down. You feel me? But then there is a crash out. Like, bitch, stop fucking playing with me. I'll break everything. Fucking. That's a grand crash out. Do I get there?
I get what you're saying.
I have gotten there, and yeah, but I don't ever want to be there in a relationship.
But see, I don't gotta crash out like that because I'm gonna let you know fair and square. Like if something ain't right, it's not a crash. I'm assertive though, so I'll just be like, yo, what's going on? Like, don't do that again. Don't do that anymore. Like that's my thing is, I ain't even gonna say that. Yeah, don't do that.
I want to know.
Yeah, don't do that.
In your 30s, do you feel like, damn, you know, in my head, since I was younger, I was like, I'm going to be married by the time I'm 30. Lord and behold, 30 came like this.
It did.
32, about to be 33.
Indeed.
Still single.
Indeed.
Where is your timeline still timelining? Like, are you still following your timeline right now to where you want to be in life?
My only timeline is by 35, I think I'm ready to have kids. So at the latest, 35 at the latest, I don't want to wait any longer than 35 to have kids.
I did say my next relationship, I don't want to date more than 2 years. I mean, not date. I don't want to date more than a year, but I don't want to be in a relationship more than 2 years. You gonna have to propose for real, for real.
I get what you're saying. I think we're coming to that age where we're in that arena, and you kind of also understand. I was talking about this on the pod with Kofi earlier. After a while, dating kind of feels like Groundhog's Day in the sense of like every day feels like the same day over and over again. Like you think about like how many people you've dated up until this point in your life, right? Imagine doing another 3 years of that.
Oh hell, they said no.
Like imagine doing another, and then think about how many people could possibly come in and out of your life in 3 years.
Body count number going up
just for it not to work. You know what I'm saying? So you get older and you realize like, bro, this thing doesn't stop until I stop it. You know what I mean? Like let's say I meet a girl, and we get to know each other and everything's great, but then it doesn't work out for whatever reason. Because either we were trying to be serious and it didn't work out, or we were never trying to be serious. So you know it was never gonna work out. Then that person fades off, go and do their own thing, and then but you're human, so you don't want to be alone.
Yeah.
So then you find somebody eventually, or somebody find you, you know what I mean? And then you got another person in your life, but then that doesn't work out for whatever reason, right? And so then you naturally, because you're a human, you want to have community. It's like me and you could be friends all day, but somebody you want to be at home with in the privacy of your own house.
Yeah.
Somebody you want to cuddle with. And that's something you can't do with your platonic friends.
No.
So you need an intimate friend, you know what I'm saying? But it's like what I'm saying is,
I need an intimate friend.
you know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is these people, they come in, if you're not being intentional, these people come in and out of your life. And before you know it, you done racked up like hella experiences with hella cool people that you'll never even know again because them niggas done moved on too. They was like, well, if you ain't gonna be it, I'm gonna find my person.
I think it's crazy how intentional we have to be now.
You have to.
Before, it's like, we thought it was with intention, but it really wasn't. But now, for some reason, at least for me and some people I know, but at least for some reason after your 30s, it's like there's no games being wasted here.
And some people trust and believe, some people playing games still.
Some people still playing games.
You can't force anything. So if you can't force the love of your life to pop up into your life. You can't do that. You know what I mean? But what you can do is you can be, have an open mind. At least you have your mind on it though. You know what I mean? But yeah, we get into that age. I don't want to be 34, 35, still fucking bitches. You know what I mean? And still taking another bitch on a date. Because at that point, it's like, bro.
Yeah, no.
How many fucking dates do you want to go on? All the money that you spending just for like a motherfucker. Let's say you can have a good run. You know how this shit go. You can have a good run with somebody, like let's say 8 months.
You know what date we was talking about going on? So my favorite restaurant in Atlanta is Seesaw.
Yeah.
He was like, well, why don't we catch a flight in the morning and come back that night? Just eat the food.
Fire.
You know me.
Fire.
I was on the website.
That's my vibe.
Yo, because he was like, "That's your favorite food." He was like, "Let's do it." He even mentioned, I was like, "Oh, I want to go away for my birthday." He was like, "If I'm invited, I'll pull up." Like,
Yeah,
I'm like, "Oh, okay."
that's fine.
So let's see how far this goes, but I'm being very intentional about who I'm dating, who I'm sleeping with. And honestly, as much as it's sex, I love it. I don't want to just fuck nobody no more.
Yeah, another thing about getting older is you realize that sex, like, it just doesn't really mean much.
No, especially when you're dating with somebody that ain't shit. You're dating somebody that ain't shit. Now, if you go to a sex party, you know what you're going in there for. I mean, who knows? I might be into it. I might get lit. I might fuck. But just like, if I'm going on a date and I know we're not compatible, why am I letting you fuck?
I feel like with sex, there has to be a connection there.
It does.
And to have a connection means that you have to have built something.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? That means you have had to have built something. So I think like meaningless sex, I mean, people do it. You know what I mean? It's all I hear about in this city and in the podcast space. But I just don't think that I don't know, man. It's like,
Somewhere you gotta grow up.
It's kind of fucked up when you could be having sex and you could be like, I'm not enjoying this.
Yeah.
Can you relate to that at all?
Yes, I can. And the connection was off. I can
Connection's
definitely relate to it because there's like in two instances to where I didn't feel secure with the person, to where I developed the performance anxiety, and it was just like I'm all into my head because you did not make me feel safe. Now, if I was to say fucking this nigga, I would feel much safer than I ever felt before. And I hate to give him so many flowers, but this just happened recently. But it's just a matter of how he made me feel that I never felt before. Now, could it be love bombing? I'm not saying it is. Hey, then you fucking bombed me, you know? But there's also been time where it's just like, why are we doing this?
Yeah, bro. At some point, it's like you just doing it for like sport or like it should be connected to something real, bro. It should be the icing on top of like a real thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It shouldn't just be like McDonald's and shit. And I get it, like
Not McDonald's.
I get it, like you in your life and you go through different phases. And when you're younger, it's different. But you get older, you become wiser, and then you realize like if I'm gonna be doing, and then it's like it's risky, bro. That shit risky.
I'll be damned if I come all this far. I never had an STD.
That shit
I would
risky.
knock on wood, but I'm gonna knock on wood. But I'm very safe. But
Shit risky, bro.
yeah, I'm not. I refuse to be 35 years old saying I caught something. That ain't cool. That ain't hot.
Like you just haven't. I don't know. To each his own, because everybody at different places in their life.
Yeah,
I ain't trying to judge nobody, but I'm just
we're
saying.
not STD shaming or
how
sex shaming.
Sex shaming. Like do what you got to do.
It's
but
just where we are in our lives.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's fun, but hey, it's not.
Nigga I want family, and yeah.
It's just, you know what it is too? Niggas is growing up.
Yeah,
And
nigga.
yes, I still feel like I'm the same 21-year-old that I act to be, even though my knees and my back be hurting. However, when you grow, you just know what's good for you, what's not good for you. It's like the vegetables or the fruit and vegetables. You know you're supposed to eat that instead at McDonald's, right? But so whatever you decide to put into your body is on you. I decide to put in positivity and a great soul inside of me. Compared to I just wasting time and energy and just letting anybody.
Yeah.
Soul ties is fucking real.
Yeah.
So
You think soul ties is real?
I do. I feel like you releasing something, especially in nothing inside of somebody. You putting your DNA inside of somebody.
Literally.
Your DNA, your angry DNA. And I want that.
Which is, there was a time, bro. There was definitely a time in the studio. It was with the young niggas that be around. You already know the young niggas. But I think all y'all niggas was kind of like, you ain't never did that shit before. I was like, no, nigga.
Okay, but I've done it. But there was a lot of times where I've been risque and had a lot of raw sex in my past. But
we ain't talking about that though. We talking about the after.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. Done that.
It's like, huh?
But I was young and didn't know better. And I was just doing anything.
And it's different for you because of the nature of the relationship. But it's
Yeah.
but for the young niggas though, it's like, what the fuck are you talking about?
That nigga said I'm God's favorite because God didn't give me no baby yet. Nigga, excuse me?
Hey, you can only play the game so long until you lose. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Nobody beats the house forever.
That part.
It's a matter of time.
That part. Well, I enjoyed this episode.
It was a good one, bro.
Just me and Wolf chatting, reflecting.
Mm-hmm.
Will we date ourselves? Yes. Would you date us? Yes.
I would absolutely fucking date me.
Yeah.
I'm the shit. I'm so fucking tight, bro. I fuck with me.
As you should.
Heavy.
As you
I'm
should.
so proud to be able to say that, man. I really am.
So make sure you like, make sure you comment, make sure you subscribe, and tell a friend and tell a friend.
Mm-hmm.
And Wolf, let them know where they can find you.
You can find me at the Halfway Up podcast, man. I call it Halfway Up because you're never finished rising. It's like another way of saying it's not about the destination, but it's about the journey. I've covered topics such as making women feel safe again, extending your parents' grace, outgrowing your friends, and how to get over feeling lonely, man. So, I would love your support. Please leave a rating and review on this podcast. If you made it this far in this podcast, if you're listening to this right now, send him a message so he know that it's real. Send me a message if you want to. This is his podcast, though. So send him a message, let him know, like, yo, I made it to the end so he can have an eye for, like, the people who really be about this shit. Not to discount the other supporters. We take all the support we need. So if you a 5-minute only listening ass nigga, thank you. If you a 10-minute, 15-minute listening ass nigga, thank you. But if you an hour listening ass nigga, I believe you should be put in a special box.
Yeah, for sure.
So let that nigga know, send him a message, you know what I mean? And leave a rating and review for this podcast. That shit really helps.
Now, I want to say shout out to what we call on the show, the classmates. They really be holding it down.
Shout out to the classmates, man.
They be coming through with the messages. They be hitting me up. I forgot her name, but I think her name is on Instagram, Vay the Goat.
Oh, yeah.
VAE.
Yeah.
Thank you for tuning in. I got 3 special announcements coming out this summer.
3, bitch.
3 special announcements coming out this summer. One date that you need to keep locked in is August 24th. It's a Sunday, New York City. It's not the official announcement, but keep it in your head. Sunday, August 24th, keep it in your head, New York City. Mm-hmm. The other ones is supposed to be like more content for you, and another one is a way that you can support, but it's fun. Did I tell you?
You didn't tell me shit.
Okay, I'll tell you. But yeah, make sure you lock in, y'all. Thank you for tuning in. Holla!
Peace.